Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2018 Longwood University Nursing Pinning Ceremony. Please remain standing as Senior Sarah Kendall comes to the podium for the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we'd hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may post the colors. You may be seated. Good afternoon. As I said earlier, welcome to the 2018 Longwood University Nursing Pinning Ceremony. My name is Dr. Lisa Miner. I am the Interim Director of the Nursing Program. It is my pleasure at this time to welcome our Interim Provost, Dr. Larissa Ferguson, to the podium for reflections.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome you to today's ceremony to celebrate our nursing degree candidates and mark their transition from students to professionals. First, I'd like to recognize an important member of our audience today, Dr. Edward Gordon, here to our right, our benefactor of the nursing program and a former member of the Board of Visitors. Welcome, Dr. Gordon. It's great to see you. Nursing is certainly one of the most rigorous degree programs at Longwood. And someone told me as provost I shouldn't say that, but I think it's probably true and the students will agree with me. I think the students will also agree with me that they would not be here today without your support, but also without the support and hard work of their faculty. I want to take the moment to especially recognize the leadership this year of Dr. Lee Bidwell, the Interim Department Chair of Nursing, and Dr. Lisa Miner, Director of Nursing, in helping us lead the program this year. And I really would like to take this moment to thank all of the nursing faculty for all the work that you do with our students. So thank you. And now a few words to our students. Nursing is a respected, diverse, and inclusive profession today. It has an array of specialties. You have many opportunities before you, and they're exciting opportunities. Longwood has helped you to become a professional nurse, but I earnestly hope that we have also inspired you to be a citizen leader prepared to make a positive contribution to the common good. Now, you have probably heard that phrase before. It comes from Longwood's mission statement, being a citizen leader prepared to make a positive contribution to the common good. I like it. I quote it a lot. It's part of my job. But I want to take a moment to think about what does it really mean for you in your chosen profession of nursing. The most famous nurses of the 19th century give us a few ideas. Florence Nightingale, for instance, after her service in the Crimean War, returned to Great Britain to establish nursing education programs and to really build the nursing profession. These programs became the first models for nursing schools here in the United States, and the pledge you will take this afternoon is named for her. Clara Barton, on the other hand, took her nursing skills forged during the Civil War and channeled them into social reform. She worked for a decade to lay the groundwork for the American Red Cross, which she founded at age 60 on May 21st, 1881. She served as its president for the next 23 years. Providing relief to people in need was a guiding principle of Clara Barton's life. She said, quote, "You must never so much think as whether you like it or not, whether it is bearable or not. You must never think of anything except the need and how to meet it." The legacies of Nightingale and Barton inform our ideas of citizen leadership in nursing today. Energized by a strong foundation in coursework and practica with roots in Nightingale's educational efforts, we trust that you, students, will bring relief for your patients as nurses. And empowered by Barton's ideas of sacrifice, we hope that you will transform your communities. Service to the well-being of individuals and to the broader public is the heart of citizen leadership as nurses. I wish you well in your endeavors. Congratulations on all you've accomplished, and I'm really excited for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ferguson. I would also like to extend my welcome to our senior class. As I said earlier, my name is Dr. Lisa Miner, and it is my privilege to welcome you to this podium this afternoon. As we begin our ceremony today, I would like to take a moment to introduce our incredible faculty. They have done a wonderful job with our students and helping them to excel academically. Please stand as your name is called. Our fearless leader and wonderful department chair, Dr. Lee Bidwell. Professor Cynthia Cruz. Dr. Jackie Daniel. Professor Crystal Forlines. Professor Elizabeth Miser. Professor Brooke Russo. Dr. Pam Crowder, she was unable to be with us today because she is receiving her doctorate at her own graduation, so let's give her. Professor Joanne Davis. Professor Teresa Kinnan. Professor Julie Ross. Professor Melanie Swanson. and our office manager and administrative assistant and keeper of all, Mrs. Renee Reynolds. I would also like to extend a special thank you to Cynthia Cruz, Elizabeth Miser, and Renee Reynolds for the wonderful job they did on the ceremony today. I would also like to extend a special welcome to Dr. Edward Gordon. Dr. Ferguson had already mentioned Dr. Gordon, but Dr. Gordon provided generously the funds to fund our simulation lab, which you will see later this afternoon, and the wall actually bears his name. He said it's the biggest that he has ever seen his name anywhere. So, Dr. Gordon, thank you. We also have today Mr. and Mrs. Hayslip. They are the parents of Melissa Hayslip, and Melissa was a member of our very first graduating class. She unfortunately was killed in a tragic car accident several years ago, but her memory and her legacy live on in this nursing department forever, and we will be giving a scholarship away in her memory provided by her parents later this afternoon. So Mr. and Ms. Hayslip, I'm not sure where you might be. Now to these wonderful students. I bet 4 years ago, for some of you 5, for some of you 6, you could only dream about sitting where you are right now at this very moment. You probably thought, that will never be me, or how will I ever get there? And we all understand that, because for all intents and purposes, when you declare nursing as your major, that is your whole life. From the minute you declare nursing as your major, all the way to the very minute that you walked in here today to receive your nursing pin. As you know, the pin that you will receive today signifies your acceptance into the nursing profession and is a true demonstration and celebration of your hard work. And it has been very hard work. The pin you will be given today is unique to Longwood University Nursing Department because it was designed by our very first nursing class, of which Melissa was a member. And the pin has a rotunda on there representing Longwood University, as well as the Florence Nightingale lamp that is representing the lamp of knowledge and nursing. Now back to my original point where you could only dream about being here today. You know what? It's no longer a dream. You're sitting here. This is your turn to receive your nursing pin for your hard work, and for that we congratulate you. The reason that you are sitting here today is not by chance or not because the faculty said it would be really nice to go ahead and give them a pin, but because you earned that pin. And we are proud of you for earning that pin due to your hard work, your determination, your dedication, your compassion, and your persistence, just to mention a few. Oh, and let's not forget the tears, the headaches, the stress, the late nights, the early morning clinicals, the calls home, the meeting with your professors, coffee, lack of sleep. And don't let me forget the tears, the headaches, the stress, the late nights. But even with all of this, you did it, and you prevailed, and today is your day. Words cannot begin to express how proud we are of your accomplishments. You have been exceptional students, and we all know that you will make exceptional registered nurses. You just have one more small hurdle, and that's called NCLEX. But you can do it, and passing it, as Professor Cruz said, the very first time. We know that you've had dreams, you've had hurdles, and you've had accomplishments. And speaking of that, please indulge me as I take you back a few years, as I quote a few scattered words to a song that I played for you back the very first semester, Stop the Tears, as I played back your very first semester of your junior year. These words come from Miley Cyrus's song, The Climb, and I played this for you one day when you all looked overwhelmed, defeated, and upset. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels like I'm lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. I gotta keep my head held high. And you did keep your head held high, and we are so glad that you kept it held high and never gave up, because today you are proving that your hard work and success is here today, and it comes with great gratification. You have made a lasting impression on this program and this faculty, and we want to say congratulations. You make us proud, and thank you for being who you are today, and to the amazing nurses that you will be. Congratulations. Now, it is my privilege to welcome to the podium for our address this afternoon, Jacob Brumfield. Jacob Brumfield grew up not far from here in Gretna, Virginia, and attended Alta Vista High School. Upon graduating high school, he pursued his BSN from our very own Longwood University, where he sat where you are today back in 2016. While at Longwood, Jacob was involved both in outside and inside of the nursing program, serving as a peer mentor to many of the students graduating today. After leaving Longwood, Jacob went on to work at Lynchburg General Hospital on the Cardiac Intermediate Care Unit. He worked as a bedside nurse for about a year and a half. And remember, I said a year and a half because Longwood nurses are incredible, and he has already been promoted to the position of unit manager for the cardiac care unit and continues to serve in this role. So I would like to welcome Jacob to the podium for his address this afternoon.
You have to bear with me. I have not mastered the art of ad lib yet, so I have prepared a speech for you all today. And thank you, Dr. Miner, for that welcome. And talk about taking me back a little bit when you started quoting The Climb. I remember my junior year, that same song. So and I see the tears down there just like there were the tears 2 years ago, so don't worry about it. But it's so great to see all of you. This is truly an honor. For those, as Dr. Miner was saying, I was a peer mentor here at Longwood University for 3 years, and I was fortunate enough to be the peer mentor to probably half of this group down here, as well as I was probably one of the peer mentors that gave you your tour when you were here for orientation, and for all of our family here, I was one of the crazy people that ran down the aisles, if you remember back that far. But with that being said, as I was preparing for my speech today, I thought it only fitting that I take the role of peer mentor once more, and for us to have one last LSIM class together here. So I would like to take the next 5 to 10 minutes and to go over our last LSIM together, which will be titled the 7 Tips for the New Graduate Nurse. So tip number 1, find a mentor. You know, when you left high school and as a senior, you were the big dog on campus, and now you're graduating and you came to Longwood and you were back at the bottom of the totem pole. Well, you're about to do that again. You're going back into the workforce, and you're going to be the new people on the block. So you're about to go through that similar change. You will quickly find that you feel like you know nothing, but you know more than you think you do. You've learned a vast amount of knowledge in the past 4 years, and now you're just learning how to apply that clinically. The next step is taking that and just applying it. Find someone on your unit that has experience, thinks critically, and someone who's willing to help you grow. That may be your mentor as a preceptor as you go on orientation, but it may be another nurse on your floor. Just find that nurse that you connect with, and it'll help you grow. But on the other side of that, as you progress as a nurse, be a mentor. You might find within 6 months you are the most experienced people on your unit, and you have that skill. So remember your time as a new grad, and take that to someone else and help them grow as well. Tip number 2, never quit learning. Many of you are sitting here thinking that, yes, I've made it to the end, there's no more research, there's no more projects, there's no more learning. I'm sorry to tell you, you're just beginning. You have a whole career before you that is going to be full of nursing research. Have you ever heard of evidence-based practice? I thought so. You will find that when you get into the nursing field, evidence-based practice is everything. You will find that your hospitals and your units are constantly pushing for new initiatives to achieve that magnet status and to give that best practice care. On the other side is education. For many of you, the bachelor's level is not going to be the end. Many of you will go on to pursue that master's and that doctorate. And I encourage you to pursue those. Many of you are going to go on to become nurse practitioners. You'll serve at a higher scope of practice in clinics and hospitals. Others of you may go on to be educators like the people that said before you and educate the next generation of nurses. Others may go on to nursing leadership, and you may help grow and develop the bedside nurse. But others of you may be saying the bedside's where I want to stay, and that's perfectly fine. You can do amazing things at the bedside, but I would push you to find certifications and make yourself a specialist in your field. It'll help you become a more fantastic clinician. Tip number 3, learn from your mistakes. Something that I know you've heard in nursing school is to err is to human, and it's perfectly true. Nurses are human, and you're going to make mistakes. Some are going to be tiny, and unfortunately, some may be more serious. However, it's what you do with those mistakes that makes all the difference. When you make a mistake, you need to fess up, be honest to the patient as well as your team on your unit. It isn't easy to do, but it's necessary to make sure that the patient is safe and that you can grow and learn from that experience. I'd personally like to share an experience that I had as a nurse because I think we not only learn from ourselves and our mistakes, but we learn from others. There was one time I was working, it was during orientation, so I had just graduated, and I was working alongside my preceptor. And I was working with a PEG tube, and we were checking residual volumes. So we were drawing back that fluid from the stomach. And as you know, you've learned, you measure that fluid. And my preceptor was walking me through, make sure you dispel some of that air so you get a more accurate reading. So as I began to slowly dispel the air, many of you, I can already tell, know where this is going. All the fluid came out of the syringe, and not only that, it went into the lab technician's hair that was standing next to me. Needless to say, I had to own that experience, and there was no way out of that experience. But I can promise you I will never make that mistake again. And luckily, I have never seen that technician again. But what you do is you learn from those experiences, and as time goes on, you may have something that's light and maybe a little embarrassing, but there may be some that are more serious, and you need to fess up to those, be honest, because that could mean a patient's life. So whatever your mistake, own it, learn from it. Tip number 4, be a team player. The best thing about nursing is you're never alone. You're always going to have other nurses, CNAs. You're going to have a whole team on your unit. One of the best ways to build trust as a new graduate coming into a unit is to offer help. When you see one of your coworkers is struggling, offer a hand and help them out in that time. You will find a good CNA is everything when it comes to a challenging shift. And their job isn't easy. And they may not be able to practice at your level and your scope, but you can practice in theirs. So if you ever see one of your CNAs struggling, offer to take a patient to the bathroom, offer to get a glucometer level, take vitals, just be there for them. It'll earn their respect, and then when you're in need, they'll be there for you. Similarly, with other RNs, do the same. If you see that they're struggling, take that patient and give their medications, whatever it may be, because then they're going to be there for you when you're in need. It will make all the difference in your patient's care, and it's going to ensure that your work life is a whole lot easier. Tip number 5, never quit caring. You all have picked a phenomenal career choice. Some of you will help deliver newborns and help bring new life into the world. You'll be able to check reflexes and help a new mother's nurse. You will be able to help perform surgeries that will save countless lives. You'll see patients come in with chest pain, shortness of breath, and then to see them walk out the door after a stent placement and they're perfectly fine. You will also be in code blues, where you will literally bring people back from death. And then others of you will also be there with patients in their last days and when they're placed on end-of-life care. You will have the opportunity in aiding those patients with that end-of-life care, and it is truly an honor to be there in those moments. The point is, you will have the honor for truly caring for patients, and your heart and your passion will be in it. It's unfortunate, however, that sometimes as nurses stay somewhere too long or as they burn out, they can sometimes lose that compassion, and they start to see a patient as a task and not a person. I would urge you, if that day comes for you and you recognize that you reevaluate where you're at and why you're doing it. It may be that you need a change of a job location in a different field, or maybe you just need a vacation to kind of clear your mind. Always put your patient first and foremost. Tip 6, take time for yourself. Nurses are infamous for unhealthy habits. We don't sleep enough, we eat and drink poorly, and we don't exercise routinely. Not all nurses fit into this bracket, but research shows that the majority of us do. It's ironic that the people with the profession of caring for others' health have such a hard time with their own lifestyle choices. I think that's because the type of people who become nurses. Nurses care about other people and their needs, and often to provide for those needs, we sacrifice for our own. On top of that, we deal with incredible amounts of stress. You will face staffing shortages, high acuity patients, 12-hour shifts that turn into 15-hour shifts, and problem patients and then sometimes their families. With all these physical, mental, and emotional stressors, you have to take time for you. Exercise 30 minutes each day. Get that 8 hours of sleep. Go hiking. Get a manicure. Get together. Get with friends. Meditate. Take road trips. Whatever it is that makes you happy and de-stress outside of work, do it. Take care of your body and live life to the fullest, because in doing so, you will prevent yourself from burning out, and ultimately, you will provide better care. And lastly, tip 7, always remember the life jar. How many of you remember the life jar? Yeah? Great. It is one of my favorite lessons I taught during LSIM. I taught it all 3 years because I thought it had such a powerful message behind it. Do any of you still have your life jars? Yep. Great. I was a little worried that you were going to throw it out, but I feel a little better now. I still have mine as well. For those unfamiliar with the life jar, I'd like to go over the activity briefly with you. During this lesson, I would ask all of the LSIMers to shout out things that took up their life and their time, and we would rank those 1 to 4, 1 being the most important, 4 being least important. And we would go through, and things varied from homework, jobs, family, and even Netflix, which I remember caused the greatest debate of how important it was. Some of you love Netflix. But once we rated everything, we would then assign it to an object. The 1s were rocks, 2s were pebbles, 3 was rice, and 4 was sand. And we would then fill, in that order, the jar. And as you filled those items, the jar would fill and be perfect. Now, the activity would end with myself filling my own jar backwards, starting with the sand and ending with the rocks. Unfortunately, I would never make it to 1 because it would be overflowing. It would fill up too quickly. You see, the jar represents one's life, and the only way you can be successful is to go each day and handle the big objects first and let all the little things fill in the cracks. I keep my jar in my office because it's a great daily reminder for me to focus on the big issues in my life and even in my day and let the little things follow. So whether you still have your life jar or not, take some time to think about that and reflect on that message that comes with the life jar. So that concludes the 7 tips, Jacob Brumfield's 7 tips for the new nurse. There is no doubt in my mind that you are all beyond prepared for your career as well as your NCLEX. And you're going to do phenomenal things. So it has been a pleasure speaking to you, and thank you for the honor for having this last LSIM, and congratulations to the nursing class of 2018.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Now I would like to ask Abby Swan to come up. She is a senior nursing student for class reflections as well.
Thank you, Dr. Miner. Family, friends, nursing faculty, and of course my fellow graduate nurses, it is my absolute honor to stand before you all and speak on behalf of our last 4 years here at Longwood University. I want to first start off by thanking everyone who helped us along the way. Faculty, thank you for always challenging us to our greatest ability with endless tests, case studies, care plans, group projects, essays, and assignments that at the time seemed nearly impossible to complete. This taught us time management, prioritization, and collaboration. I think we all also aced the act of procrastinating pretty well. Thank you for letting us have mental breakdowns in your office about absolutely anything. With your open arms, you taught us how to be compassionate. Most of all, thank you for providing us with the knowledge and education we will need to successfully start and continue our nursing careers. This program would not be the same without each and every one of you, and we are so thankful to have such kind-hearted, caring, and loving faculty over the past 4 years. Family, friends, significant others, and any other form of support system I may have forgotten, thank you tremendously for your unmatched support you have shown us during our time in the nursing program. Even though you all may not understand our nursing lingo or what we would go through on an everyday basis, thank you for listening and attempting to understand. And of course, my fellow graduate nurses, thank you for making the hardest and most stressful 4 years of my life worthwhile. Thank you for the interesting conversations that always seem to come up in class and the crazy car rides singing our hearts out on the way to Richmond at 4 a.m. for clinical. Thank you for showing me what real teamwork is all about. One of the biggest things we learn in nursing school is the importance of documenting. They say if it's not documented, then it didn't happen. So now let's document these last 4 years that got us here today. I remember the day I received my acceptance letter into the nursing program at Longwood University. And I thought to myself, wow, how could I pass up this offer? I haven't even started college and I'm already accepted into a nursing program. From there, my decision was already made. I couldn't wait to follow my dreams and engage in the world of nursing. Before I knew it, it was freshman year. I remember walking on campus for the first time, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to start my nursing journey. I had no idea I'd have to go through the terrors of anatomy and physiology before I could even step foot in the nursing building. Oh, and let's not forget new Lancer days in LSIM. We were also anxious to figure out what nursing school was all about and had no idea what these next 3 years we were getting ourselves into for the next 3 years. Sophomore year was a big transition for us all. We learned how to properly wash our hands, and trust me, this took hours to perfect. We learned how to insert nasogastric tubes and prayed we never had to do this on an actual person. We learned how to start IVs and insert Foley catheters, of course all on our robot patients that really gained a special place in our hearts. Then it started getting real. We had our white coat ceremony, which transitioned us from the classroom to an actual clinical setting, aka transitioning from mannequin robots to real, alive, breathing, and talking people. We were finally getting the hang of talking and working with the fake patients in our simulation lab, and now we actually had to talk face-to-face to a real person. I remember walking into my patient's room for the first time to introduce myself and complete a set of vital signs. I was terrified, and it took us all at least 30 minutes to complete this task that now comes second nature to us all. I will never forget the joy of giving my first bed bath and doing my first assessment. I will also never forget the hours upon hours spent perfecting our care plans each week for Professor Ross. But somehow, some way, we got through it together. Junior year was by far the toughest year, and I think we can all agree with that, even the professors. We didn't think it would ever end. If we didn't have a test, we had clinical, simulation, a paper, or some type of assignment due every single day. During junior year, we aced the fact that ABCs, airway, breathing, and circulation, always comes first. Grapefruit is more than likely always the right answer on the test. And the cane always goes on the unaffected side. The day final grades were posted, spring semester of junior year was easily one of the best days of our lives. When senior year came, everything started to fall into place. Fall semester flew by. By this time, majority of us had already figured out which field of nursing we wanted to go into. And for many of us, we quickly learned that psychiatric nursing took a very special kind of person, somewhat like our very interesting Tucker's clinical instructor. When winter break came, many of us were already applying and accepting our first position as a registered nurse. It seemed surreal. Next thing we knew, it was time for us to complete our 270-hour internship and part ways for 2 months. Don't worry, we still kept in touch through the many discussion boards, of course. But when we came back, it felt like I was in the room with a completely different group of people. The room was filled with a sense of accomplishment and confidence. At that moment, it was clear to me that each one of us deserved nothing less than to be here today and earn this degree. And I truly saw the passion each student in this room had for nursing. Over the past 4 years, we have cried as a class, dwindled in size, and cheered with a sense of relief after we completed one semester after another. Together, we have survived many, many tests where all the answers are correct, but somehow we had to choose the best answer. Many care plans, case studies, long clinical hours in simulations, and hours upon hours studying. We lost countless hours of sleep, gained and lost friends and weight, and had little to no social life outside of the nursing building. But together, we did it. I would like to end with a poem that I came across that hit home. It was written by a registered nurse, Melody Shinbird. It is called Being a Nurse Means. You will never be bored. You will always be frustrated. You will be surrounded by challenges. So much to do and so little time. You will carry immense responsibility and very little authority. You will step into people's lives and you will make a difference. Some will bless you and some will curse you. You will see people at their worst and at their best. You will never cease to be amazed at people's capacity for love, courage, and endurance. You will see life begin and end. You will experience resounding triumphs and devastating failures. You will cry a lot and you will laugh a lot. You will know what it is to be human, and most importantly, you will know what it is to be humane. So class, as this is most likely the last time we will all be in the same place at the same time, I want to leave here today, not as the strangers we were when we entered this program, but as the family we have grown into. So here's to us, class of 2018. It is documented, so we can finally say that we did it. I wish you all nothing but the best in your future nursing careers. I know that each and every one of you will do great things and continue to make an impact on people's lives. I couldn't think of a better group of individuals I would want to graduate nursing school with. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Abby. That was very, very nice. Now I would like to welcome Tyler Kelly to the podium for the presentation of the senior class gift.
Good afternoon. Each year, the senior class gives a gift to help better and further advance the nursing department in some capacity. The nursing class of 2018 will be donating $500 to the building of a nursing garden between Stevens Hall and the Upchurch Student Center. The nursing class of 2018 is happy to continue this tradition that was started by the nursing class of 2016. We hope the garden will provide students with a place to relax and find peace during the stressful times that nursing school provides. We would also like to give a special thanks to Jacob Brumfield for coming and speaking with us today. And thank you for everything you did as a student and an alumni. So we have a gift for you.
Thank you very much, Tyler and Lauren. Now I would like to begin the presentation, the recognition and awards for this afternoon. If you will look in your program at the back page, these are our senior nursing awards that we will be giving awards for this afternoon. The Longwood University faculty chooses students that we feel meet the criteria for these awards, and there are funds that come with this award. So the first award that I would like to give out this afternoon is for the Longwood University student that demonstrates the best clinical excellence, and we would like to give that award this afternoon to Amanda Patterson. The next award is the Longwood University Nursing Excellence Award, and we would like to give that award to Dana Thomas. The next award is the Longwood University Outstanding Senior Peer Award. This award is not chosen by faculty, but it is chosen by the students' peers. So the peers selected who they would like to be their outstanding peer, and they have chosen Tyler Kelly. The next award is not officially chosen by faculty because it is chosen by academic excellence, and it is for the student that demonstrates the highest grade point average in nursing. This student achieved in nursing school a 3.8 grade point average out of a 4.0, and that goes to Mike Den. Mike's having trouble with his cords today. As I alluded to earlier this afternoon, we also have the Melissa Hayslip Senior Student Award. This award is given on behalf of Melissa Hayslip's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hayslip, and we would like to award this scholarship to Ann Taylor Mormon. Congratulations. The next award this afternoon will be given by Professor Joanne Davis.
In 2009, our first students were admitted to Longwood's new nursing program, and they chartered and created our Student Nurses Association. And that association decided that they wanted to create an award for one senior who showed excellence in community commitment, citizen leadership, and their SNA. The award is scored by a student essay. It has a GPA, and it also has their participation in the SNA as points. We had several excellent candidates this year, with only a half point separating the top 3 candidates. This year's winner is Beth Barbola.
Thank you very much. And now we are moving to the part of the ceremony that you have all been waiting for. I would first like to ask Kirsten Hansen to come up for one special recognition before we move to the pinning of our students.
Thank you, Dr. Miner. The junior class council would like to recognize Brethany Prince. If she could come up here, we have a gift for her. She has been an incredible asset to the underclassmen here in the nursing program, and she has served as the skills lab assistant for us, and she is always there opening up the door for us and always taking the time to make us practice our skills so we perfect them. So we wanted to say thank you. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Now we would begin with the pinning of the students. If the first row would please make your way to the stairs. I would also like to ask Joanne Davis and Cindy Cruz to take their places at the table for the pinning of our students. The first group that we are going to recognize in the pinning of our students, we are going to go in order, but the first two students that I'm going to recognize will be the senior student council members first. I will have them presented with their pin, and then they will call the names of the remaining students. The first student I would like to call up to receive her pin is Lauren Fitzpatrick, class president. Lauren has accepted her first RN position at Ionova Fairfax on the neonatal intensive care unit. She would like to thank her friends for constantly being there for her, whether it be cramming for a med-surg final, Dr. Bidwell knows what med-surg is, and helping with hard patients or stressing about what to expect in sim world. Lauren wants to thank her family, especially her Aunt Melissa, her parents for always answering her, "I'm going to fail," with phone calls and ensuring that she would make it. Thank you to everyone for the laughs and memories over the past 4 years. Guys, we've made it. The next student I would like to welcome up for her pin is Sarah Lawson, class vice president. Sarah has accepted a position at Central Southside Community Hospital in the Birthing Center. Sarah would like to thank her friends and family for supporting her through nursing school, especially her mom and dad. Sarah will always keep her papa's work ethic in her heart while pursuing her career.
Sarah Kendall, class secretary. Sarah would like to thank her mom and dad for letting her spend a couple extra years at Longwood figuring out what she wanted to do. Without their constant love and support, she wouldn't be where she is today. Sarah wants to thank her classmates for a fun and inspiring 4 years, and also wants to thank the faculty and staff for their unwavering assistance. She is very thankful to be given this opportunity and to become a nurse, and can't wait to see where her life takes her next. Sarah has accepted a position on the surgical orthopedic unit back at home in Williamsburg. James Tyler Kelly, class treasurer. Tyler would like to thank his parents for their continuous support and encouragement over the last 4 years. Tyler would also like to thank his friends for all they do, for keeping him sane during the stressful times, and for the constant laughs along the way. Thank you to the faculty and staff for their constant encouragement and pushing him to be the best version of himself. While Tyler has enjoyed the last 4 years, he's excited to leave and begin his career at Bon Secours Memorial Regional Medical Center on their medical oncology unit. Ann Taylor Mormon, class historian. Ann Taylor will be starting her nursing career at Duke University Hospital in the medical intensive care unit. She would like to thank her parents, grandparents, brothers, fiance, and friends for all the support and encouragement during the past 4 years. Ann Taylor is looking forward to getting married in June and traveling to Alaska before starting her nursing career.
Cameron Bailey. Cameron Elizabeth Bailey will be working at Bon Secours St. Mary's Hospital on the neurotelemetry unit as an RN. There's no other job in the world that encompasses her values like nursing. While entering the field she loves, she wants to thank Meemaw and Cambo for their continuous love and encouragement because it helped her become the confident nurse standing on this stage today. She loves you to the moon and back. Beth Barbola. Beth is excited to have accepted a position in pediatrics at the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters. She would like to thank her amazing family and friends for always believing in her. Kendra Byler. Kendra will begin her nursing career at the University of Virginia Health System in the neonatal intensive care unit. First, she would like to thank her family and friends who came to share this milestone with her today. She would especially like to thank her mom and dad for the unconditional love and support and for always believing in her along the way. Lastly, she would like to thank her fiancé Patrick for the constant love and support while sticking by her side during nursing school and for always giving the best pep talks before tests.
Heather Burton. Heather will be working in the post-surgical unit at Bon Secours St. Mary's Hospital. She would like to thank her dad for the endless emotional support, especially when she needed a shoulder to cry on and thought she was going to fail out numerous times. Heather also wants to thank Longwood Nursing for bringing her to some of the best friends she could ever ask for. She would not have been able to get through the program without the endless nights they spent helping her studying and always being up for adventures when mental breaks were much needed. Love you all. Deborah Bynack. Debbie Bynack will be starting her nursing career in the operating room at the University of Virginia Medical Center in Charlottesville, Virginia. She'd like to thank her friends and family for their support, especially her parents, for listening to and counseling the ups and downs of nursing school. Also, happy birthday, Catherine Petrella. Nicole Byers. Nicole has accepted a position at Edna Regional Medical Center in Chillicothe, Ohio. She'd like to thank her amazing sister Holly, who was a constant source of moral support. She'd also like to thank her parents, Troy and Jennifer, her sister Chrissy, her brother Adam, and her grandparents for their endless encouragement throughout the program. She'd also like to thank her cats and rats for giving her never-ending emotional support and great happiness.
Bailey Cardoza. Bailey has accepted a position at Vidant Medical Center in Greenville, North Carolina in the emergency department. Bailey would like to thank her mom and dad for their endless support, Ava, Mac, and Cohen for giving her someone to pave the way for, and the rest of her family for their optimism and encouragement. She would like to give a special thanks to her fur babies at home that make great emotional support buddies and enlightening study partners. Jessica Craighead. Jessica has accepted a position on the Evans-Haynes Burn Unit at VCU Medical Center. She would like to thank all of her family and friends for supporting her on this journey. Samantha Crutchley. Samantha would like to thank her parents, friends, family, and professors for supporting her through nursing school. After graduation, she will be returning to Maryland to work as a nurse. Samantha is very thankful for this experience and her time here at Longwood.
Mary DeNiro. Mary DeNiro would like to thank her friends and family for the outpouring of the inspiration, love, and support that she has received over the last 4 years of nursing school, for recognizing the caring spirit within her and encouraging her to pursue this helping profession where her compassion and kindness could grow into a career, and for supporting her financially and emotionally at the time she needed the most. Mary will be beginning her nursing career in Farmville at Central Southside Community Hospital on the Med-Surg unit. Lastly, happy birthday, Catherine Petrella. Mike Din. Mike has accepted a position on the Medical Respiratory ICU at VCU Medical Center. He would like to thank all his peers, mentors, family, and friends. They have all inspired him to reach for different facets of excellence and to do what makes him happy. Without them, he would not be the person he is today, and he will always cherish them in his heart. Thank y'all. Maylee Furlett. Maylee has accepted a position in the new graduate nurse residency program at Mary Washington Hospital. She would like to thank her dad and boyfriend Ryan for their continuous support and reassurance through this adventure. She would also like to thank her friends who have been there since day one, because without them she wouldn't be standing here today. Finally, she would like to thank her professors for believing in us and getting the class of 2018 to graduation. Congrats, guys, we made it. Amy Grambo. Amy would like to thank her friends, family, and boyfriend for supporting and encouraging her throughout her time at Longwood. She would also like to thank the faculty and staff of the nursing program for helping her to achieve her dream of becoming a nurse. Amy can't wait to start her nursing career at Central Southside Community Hospital on the Tele-Med-Surg unit, and a big shout out to Coffee for keeping her caffeinated.
Lindsay Harris. Lindsay Harris has accepted a job position as an RN on the acute care surgery unit at VCU Hospital, as well as a position as a kayaking tour guide in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. She's looking forward to taking a mental break on the beach this summer to kayak and study for the NCLEX, and is excited to return to Virginia in the fall as a registered nurse. She wants to thank her family, friends, and loved ones for their endless encouragement and support over this incredibly difficult yet rewarding journey. She also wants to thank Longwood for all the great memories made. Tanae Holmes. Tanae Holmes has accepted a position at MedStar Georgetown University Hospital Nurse Residency Program on the ear, nose, throat, and general surgeries unit. She would like to thank her parents, family, and friends for all the love and support and prayers that they have provided over the 4 years. Tanae would also like to thank her boyfriend Jamal for all the love and support. Emily Hubbard. Emily has accepted an ED position at Centera Halifax Regional Hospital in Halifax, Virginia. She would first like to thank God for the path He has provided her and the blessings along the way. She would also like to thank her mom, dad, granny, and fiance Zane for their unconditional love and support, as well as their patience and understanding during this challenging adventure. Emily would also like to thank her professors for guiding and encouraging her through this journey, as well as her classmates for welcoming her into their class. Emily looks forward to her future as a nurse and marrying her best friend in June. Ann Temple Laundry. Ann Temple Laundry would like to thank her family for supporting her throughout her college career. Major shout out to her father and mother for funding her college, most importantly that 5th year. Quote unquote, y'all weren't expecting that one, were you? Ann Temple has accepted a position at VCU Health on the medical specialty unit.
Hannah Macy. Hannah would like to thank her parents, Greg and Lori Macy, and her sister, Dr. Heidi Macy, for their love and support throughout nursing school. She would also like to thank her dogs, Derek, Andy, Bunny, Gracie, and Pippin, for being there for her and being a source of support when nursing school got stressful. Hannah is excited to be working on a neuroscience unit at Inova Fairfax after graduation. Sydney Madar. Sydney would like to thank her family and friends for encouraging her throughout her nursing school journey. She would also like to thank everyone who has supported her during her 4 years here at Longwood. A big thank you to her incredible professors for their endless insight and inspiration. She would especially like to thank her wonderful parents for giving her this amazing opportunity. She is excited to start her nursing career at Bon Secours St. Francis Medical Center this summer. Taylor Miller. Taylor has accepted a position on the ICU at Sentara Obachek Hospital in Suffolk, Virginia. She'd like to thank her family, friends, and the faculty for encouraging her over the years, especially her mom and dad, who supported her and made this accomplishment possible. Rebecca Mora. Rebecca has accepted a position at Sentara Rockingham Memorial Hospital in the Critical Care Unit. She'd like to thank her parents and brothers for their continued support and encouragement. She looks forward to beginning her nursing career and seeing where it takes her.
Barbie Myers. Barbie would like to thank her family for the endless support. She comes from a family of police officers, and while she chose a different career path, her blood still runs blue, and she is honored and excited to serve the criminal justice system as she obtains her certification to become a sexual assault nurse examiner in the clinical specialty of forensic nursing. A special thank you also goes to Professor Brooke Russo, aka Mama Russo, and Dr. Lisa Miner, whose footsteps she will be following in as she starts out her career as a postpartum nurse at Inova Fairfax Hospital. Amanda Patterson. Amanda wants to thank her family and especially her mom, dad, and sister for all their loving support during this roller coaster ride called nursing school. She wants to give a special shout out to her mom for staying up late to study with her. She really wants to thank her friends for making these 4 years unforgettable and full of memories and laughter. Thank you, professors, for your encouragement and inspiring us to think like nurses. Amanda will be working at Inova Fair Oaks Hospital in the surgical orthopedic unit. Lastly, happy birthday, Catherine. Love you lots. Kayla Penner. Kayla will be working at Roanoke Memorial Hospital in the medical intensive care unit. She would like to thank her parents for making it possible to pursue her dream career. Catherine Petrella. Catherine would like to thank her amazing family and friends. It was an interesting 4 years, to say the least, and she wouldn't have made it without your constant support and encouragement. Seriously, she cannot thank her parents enough. Catherine will begin her nursing career at UVA on the labor and delivery unit, and she's feeling 22.
Leslie Peacecheck. Leslie will be working at Bon Secours St. Mary's Hospital in the 5th East Medical Specialty Unit. She'd like to thank her family, friends, and sisters of Alpha Sigma Tau for their support over the past 4 years. Bethany Prince. Bethany Prince would like to thank her family and friends for helping her get through nursing school. She would especially like to thank her parents for being there through all the ups and downs during her time at Longwood. Bethany would also like to thank the faculty and staff for everything that they have taught her and for helping her to become a great nurse. While Bethany has enjoyed her time at Longwood, she's excited to start her nursing career at St. Mary's Hospital in Richmond, Virginia on the neurotelemetry ICU. Hannah Roberts. Hannah is starting her nursing career at the University of Virginia Medical Center in the Thoracic Cardiovascular ICU. She'd like to thank her friends for always being a shoulder to cry on or a person to laugh with, and her family for always supporting her, especially her mom and dad, who always believed in her even when she didn't believe in herself. Austin Shepard. Austin wishes to thank his incredible son and the love of his life, for he could not have done this without y'all's never-ending love and support, and a huge thank you for helping him through the sleepless nights, stressful days, thousands of textbook pages, and difficult patient cases. Austin has grown from a soldier to a student to a dad and now to a nurse with all y'all by his side, and he cannot wait to see where his professional nursing career takes himself, his patients, and most importantly, his family on this wild, crazy, and fun-filled journey through life.
Jordan Schubert. Jordan has accepted a position at Centera, Virginia Beach General on a medical surgical floor. She would like to thank all of her friends and family for the constant love and support throughout her college career. Jordan would like to thank her mother, her boyfriend Tim, and sister Taylor for encouraging her to apply to the nursing program and for consistently helping her emotionally and physically throughout the years. She would also like to thank her dad, stepmom, stepdad, and brothers for reminding her to never settle and to be the best that she can be. Allison Slocum. Allison is extremely proud to have obtained her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. She's even more proud to have earned her degree from Longwood University, a program which has grown an incredible amount over the past 4 years. Allison has accepted her first RN position at Inova Fair Oaks. All that Allison has learned goes beyond the textbooks, and she extends a huge appreciation to all of her supportive and empathetic professors. To her parents and family, she is far too grateful to even begin to explain her gratefulness for you all within these 100 words. Cheers to the future of the class of 2018 and the Longwood University nursing program. Abigail Swan. Abigail would love to thank her parents, grandparents, and siblings for their unmatched support throughout her time at Longwood University. She would also like to thank the faculty and her peers who have made her time at Longwood and in the nursing program unforgettable. Abigail has accepted a position on a medical surgical unit in Harrisonburg and looks forward to starting her career as a nurse very soon.
Dana Thomas. Dana would like to thank her family and friends and boyfriend for supporting her throughout nursing school. Dana would also like to thank Longwood's nursing faculty for shaping her into a professional nurse. She is especially grateful for her parents' encouragement, love, and support, and for her mother who continues to inspire her to be a professional and caring nurse. While she has enjoyed her time at Longwood, Dana is excited to begin her career as a nurse in the Arrhythmia Care Unit at Chippenham Hospital. Celeste Trubin. Celeste would like to thank her family, friends, and fiance for supporting her throughout her time in nursing school. She would also like to make a special shout out to her mom for inspiring her to be the best nurse she can be. Celeste is currently pursuing a nursing career at Winchester Medical Center. Victoria Wickman. Victoria Wickman has accepted an RN position at Centera Martha Jefferson Memorial Hospital on Cornell 1, a medical surgical floor. Victoria would like to first thank Sue Watkins and Patricia Simmons for teaching her and her classmates therapeutic communication skills and how to properly cope with difficult situations. She'd also like to thank all her professors, friends, and family members for all the constant encouragement and support throughout these 4 stressful but wonderful years. Cabo Wyman. Cabell has accepted a position at Bon Secours St. Francis on the Oncology Med-Surg unit. She'd like to thank all her wonderful friends and family for the constant love and support throughout this journey. It has been an incredible experience getting to learn and grow alongside all of you. Cabell will have a lifetime of beautiful memories. She'd like to congratulate all her peers on their accomplishments and success through these stressful, crazy, 4 amazing years.
As these ladies are getting back into place, the reason that we laughed on the stage when she mentioned Sue Watkins and Patricia Simmons is because those are mannequins in our simulation lab. So they taught her well. I would like to please ask the seniors now to take their places around the front and have your Florence Nightingale lamp in your hand, please. I would also like to ask all other nurses in the audience to please stand as we recite the pledge. I solemnly pledge myself in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession faithfully. I will strive to maintain integrity and personal accountability while upholding the standards of my profession. I will not knowingly administer harmful treatments to those in my care and will consider it my personal obligation to provide the safest, most effective care possible. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I devote myself to the advancements of nursing practice and to the welfare of those committed to my charge. Thank you. You may be seated. It takes a little while with 41 of them. This afternoon, it is also my privilege to welcome to the podium for closing remarks Dr. Roger Byrne. He is the Dean of Cook-Cole College and oversees the nursing program as the Dean of the nursing program. He is incredibly supportive. He is incredibly resilient. The students have cried on our shoulders and we've cried on his. So he is an amazing dean, and for him we are very thankful. So welcome, Dr. Byrne.
Thank you, Dr. Miner. Today is a very important day in your professional life. As you go away from here and enter into the noble profession of nursing, I can imagine the feelings you may have, ones of excitement, of nervousness, of concerns over whether you will do a good job. These are very normal emotions. There is one feeling, however, you should not have. You should not feel that you are unprepared. Your education and training here at Longwood has been comprehensive, rigorous, and arduous, and you can have confidence that you have come away ready to take on any of the challenges you may face in your future professional careers. As you enter into that profession, Your learning will continue constantly. Your skills will develop even further, and you will feel greater confidence in your own capacity to do the work. I would ask you to always remember one thing above all others. No matter which avenue of nursing you find yourself in, remember that your patients and their close ones are anxious, worried, upset, scared, and are looking to you not only for the nursing and medical skills they know you possess, but also for your compassion and understanding as they go through their personal ordeal. You will see a lot of things in your professional life, and you will become somewhat inured to many of the disturbing things you will witness on a regular basis. You have to become tough to be able to do your job well. But please remember to utter the kind word, to offer encouragement and understanding to the vulnerable ones. They need that almost as much as they need the medical knowledge and skills you possess. So let me join with everyone else and to congratulate you, the class of 2018.
Thank you, Dr. Byrne. I would now like to present to you the candidates for graduation and the 2018 nursing class of Longwood University. I would now ask you to all rise for the retiring of the colors, and please remain standing during the recessional of the faculty and the students.